in the beautiful land of Moirang, where the waters of Loktak reflected the changing sky, two young hearts were drawn together by fate.
Is this goodbye?
Only for now.
This is so beautiful. I know, it really is.
Khamba was not born into wealth or power, but he possessed something that could not be given by birth: courage, strength, and a heart that would not bend easily. Thoibi was a princess, surrounded by the expectations of her royal life. Their worlds were different, but when they met, the distance between those worlds seemed to disappear. What began quietly beside the waters of Moirang soon became something neither of them could turn away from. They found happiness in each other's presence. For a while, it seemed that perhaps love would be enough. But in a kingdom ruled by tradition, honor, and power, love was never going to be allowed an easy path. Khamba's strength soon became known. Where others saw danger, he saw challenge. He faced the wild bull that others feared to approach. The beast was powerful and unpredictable. But Khamba did not retreat. He stood his ground, and with courage and determination, he overcame the challenge. His deeds made people look at him differently. Khamba was no longer simply a poor young man. He was becoming a man whose courage could not be ignored. And Thoibi saw it too. Her love for him only grew stronger. But with every step Khamba took toward greatness,
Kham has returned!
the obstacles around them grew stronger as well. There were those who believed Khamba was not worthy of Thoibi. There were those who wanted to see him fail. And there were those who believed that a princess should follow the path chosen for her. Still, Khamba and Thoibi held on to one another. Because sometimes love is not tested when everything is easy. It is tested when everything begins to fall apart. And soon, their greatest trial arrived. Thoibi was separated from the man she loved and sent far from Moirang. She was taken to Khamba, away from her home, away from Khamba, and away from the life she had known. For Thoibi, the distance was more than miles. It was loneliness. She had been separated from everything that was familiar to her. Yet even in a strange land, she did not lose herself. She worked, she endured, and she carried the memory of Moirang quietly in her heart. Most of all, she carried the memory of Khamba. In Khamba, Thoibi's skill became her strength, creating beautiful cloth with patience and care. Her talent soon became impossible to overlook, but even there, jealousy followed her. Someone tried to destroy what she had created. Her beautiful work was damaged. It would have been easy to answer cruelty with anger. But Thoibi chose another path. She quietly repaired what had been broken, and when she finished, the cloth was more beautiful than before. She had been tested. She had been hurt, but she had not been defeated. Her strength was not only in what she could endure, it was in the way she endured it. Then one day, something unexpected reached her. A strange wind passed through the weaving room, and with it came ashes from the direction of Moirang. Thoibi held the ashes in her hands. The longing she had kept hidden finally broke through. She wept for the home she could not see and for the man she could not reach. But fate had not forgotten her. The wind had carried more than ashes. It had carried a message. Her long separation was beginning to come to an end. At last, the road brought Thoibi back toward Moirang. After everything she had endured, she was coming home. And home meant more than a place. It meant the possibility seeing Khamba again. Their journey had taken them far from the happiness they once knew. But neither had forgotten the other. And when they were finally brought together again, all the distance, hardship and loneliness seemed, for a moment, to disappear. Yet their troubles were not finished. Khamba's courage continued to be tested.
This is my decree.
He faced men who doubted him. He faced challenges designed to measure his strength and skill. Each challenge became another answer to those who questioned whether he was worthy. Kongyamba stood against Khamba. The two men faced one another, each determined to prove himself. The spear challenge began. They stood apart and threw their spears. Kongyamba expected the danger. When Khamba's spear came toward him, fear made him move. But Khamba did not flinch. The challenge revealed something more than skill. It revealed the difference between fear and courage. But what neither of them knew was that something far more dangerous was waiting ahead. The search took them into the forest. They traveled deeper and deeper, looking for the tiger that had become a danger to them. The journey was exhausting. The forest seemed to stretch endlessly around them. At last, even hunger and fatigue began to weigh on them. And when they stopped to eat, Kongyamba thought he had the advantage. He had brought what he believed was the better meal. So cunningly, he suggested that they eat separately. But then Khamba opened his food. The smell of his henta kametpa filled the air. The search was over. The tiger appeared.
Shh.
For a moment, everything became still. Kongyamba was struck down. The man who had stood beside Khamba as a rival was now badly wounded. Khamba did not leave him behind. He carried Kongyamba on his back and brought him away from the danger. Khamba turned back, alone. He took his spear and walked once more into the forest. The tiger was still there. This time, there was no one beside him. No crowd, no contest, no one to impress. Only Khamba and the beast that had threatened them. After all the trials he had survived, after all the trials, after everything they had endured, Kham and Thoibi finally found happiness.